Hey y'all, what's going on? It's Miss Marcy. Alright, I'm here to do my Real Housewives of Atlanta review or whatever. What we on? Season 12, episode 3. And yeah, I'm sorry, I'm putting on lotion, honey, for these ashy ass hands, honey. It's a cold day here in Ohio, the wind blowing and everything. I was actually in Florida over the weekend, honey, celebrating my birthday. Woohoo! Celebrating my birthday, honey. Had a good old funky time, honey. Florida was good to me. Well, this is like the third or fourth time I've been to Florida, so I actually like traveling to Florida anyway, so it wasn't like it was my first time being there. But yeah, so the Floridians are, I think I'm saying that right, the Floridians are they were very hospitable, even though I know Florida ratchet as hell, but you know, I always have a good time when I go, and I always, you know, meet really nice people and stuff. We divided it up into we did Fort Lauderdale and we did Miami, you know, so for my whole birthday weekend. So I had an awesome time. Good vibes, good food, just had a really good time, you know, so it was all good. But anyway, so let's get into this Housewives review, season 12, episode 3. The float goes on. All right, so it starts off, you know, Cynthia and Eva, they're riding around because Eva's looking for a new home or whatever. She's looking for a new home because she claims that ever since I guess Nene talked about where she lived at or whatever. So Eva claims that every time her baby daddy or sperm donor, whatever she want to call him, Eva claims that every time he finds out where she lives at, she has to move because of her safety and things like that. I don't think I believe that for some reason. It just sounds fucking ridiculous. It sounds just too fucking extreme. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, you on the run from your baby daddy and shit. You know what I mean? So, her and, like I said, her and Cynthia are riding around looking for going to go view this home. They come to the home. It's oh my gosh. It's only 3,700 square feet. You know what I'm saying? And it's $775,000. You know what I mean? Which I think that was a little small for $775,000. I thought that was 3,700 square feet is really small. I thought so anyway. It was a cute spot, but I thought it was pretty small. But anyway, so they start chatting about Nene, and Cynthia says that, you know, she likes the fact that Eva was always woman enough to say that she was wrong. Let me tell you something. I don't like Eva. Eva gets on my fucking nerves. She's always throwing shade. There's something about the shade that she throws. I feel like Eva is an evil bitch. I feel like she tries to, there's something about her. I just really don't like her. I never liked her even when she was on the America's Next Top Model. She seems like a nasty, evil bitch. There's something about her. I just don't like her. Anyway, so she throws shade at Nene talking about some, she said something about, what'd she say? Something about the hair, the glue that keeps Nene's hair together, some shit. And I was just looking like, bitch, you ain't even got to say all that. You know, she's just so fucking shady. So anyway, so they're talking, and now they becoming like besties and shit, Cynthia and Eva. And it's kind of annoying to see because I feel like Cynthia's always up somebody's ass. She's always up somebody's ass. So now it's Eva's ass she's trying to be up. So Eva asked Cynthia, like, you know, about, you know, seeing Nene or whatever. And Cynthia's like, well, I saw Nene at Derby weekend, and it was pretty, you know, I felt like just saying hi and bye. Like, I ain't about to go, you know, have tea with the bitch, but I'll just say hi and bye. And she said that's what she did or whatever. So anyway, so moving right along, Tanya visits Portia. And so they're talking, and Tanya asks Portia about, you know, what's going on between her and Dennis. And she says that Portia says, I'm having my good days, and sometimes I'm having my bad days. You know, Portia's really going through it behind this whole Dennis situation or whatever. And Portia said that Dennis told her that the reason why he cheated was because she was not emotionally available for him or whatever. Which I agree with Portia. Portia's like, wait a minute. She said, wait a minute. And so when he told her that, she said, I went down our timeline and I said, well, wait a minute. No, I couldn't have been not emotionally available to you at this time, during this time, because hell, this is when you brought me the little dog. This is when we celebrated this. This is when we celebrated that. And I agree with Portia. And I feel like it's a crock of shit that Dennis is trying to feed her. Because here's the thing, motherfucker, like all this time they've been together, it's been smile and giggles for Portia. Portia been, you know, just all into him, just all wrapped up into him. I don't see how he could say she was emotionally not available to him. I think that's just bullshit. I think that's just something that some of these men say just to have an excuse to cheat on your ass. And that's what Dennis is doing. Now, since this has aired, it's been said that Portia made an announcement that she has decided to go ahead and give Dennis another chance, and she's going to go ahead and marry him. And so they were talking about this on The Real the other day, and you know, Lonnie and Tamara and Adrian and all them, they were just saying, and Tisha Campbell was on there too. Tisha Campbell sounded so fake as hell. Like, I would not publicly have my marriage out there. I wouldn't do that. Anyway, I just peeped that. I was like, she sounds so fucking fake and phony. But anyway, so Lonnie and Tamara and Adrian was like, you know, I wouldn't accept that. I wouldn't. That's the deal breaker for me. And Tamara's like, even especially if I'm pregnant, that's a deal breaker. And Adrian, well, her want to seem like she perfect ass or seem Miss Innocent ass, she was like, you know, I wouldn't accept it. I mean, but I'm not going to judge somebody else for living their life the way they want to live it. And okay, but I've heard that Adrian's man cheated on his wife, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm saying all that to say that, you know, people can say what they want to say, and people can say what they would and wouldn't do, but you don't really know what you're going to do in a situation until you're actually in that situation. And that's a lesson that a lot of people have to learn in life, is you can't say what you would and wouldn't do. You can't say what you would and wouldn't accept. You cannot say it because you don't know. And I'm going to say it. I feel Portia. Like, I understand Portia saying, you know, on this episode, she's like, you know, this is bullshit. You know, I was with you during here, this and there. There's no way I could have not been emotionally available. But I also understand her wanting to go ahead and make it work with him. I think deep down Portia knows it's probably not going to work, but I think Portia wants to give her daughter a fair chance at having a two-parent home, because Portia probably came from, I don't know, wasn't Portia's father a preacher or something like that? I know Portia has a church background. But anyway, Portia just wants to give her daughter a fair chance at having two parents in the home, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't feel like it's gonna work, because I feel like once he did it, he's gonna do it again. And I'm not saying I believe once you're always a cheater or nothing like that. That's not even the case. I just feel like it's something that he will do again, because he just had no. He really didn't. I know he really don't seem like he really had much of a reason. You know, one thing about some of these niggas is they don't have to have a reason. You don't have to really give them a reason to go out and cheat. If he just wanted to fuck some strange, that's what he gonna go ahead and do, just because that's what he want to do. It ain't got nothing to do with you. And I think that's what it was with Dennis. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it was. So I feel like in that case, I don't feel like he's gonna. I don't feel like he's not going to cheat again. I think he will cheat again, and I think that's when Portia will really be done with him. But go ahead and marry him, I don't know about that. I will probably wait on that. Like, we could just be engaged or whatever. Lonnie said that Portia's just trying to get a reality show spinoff or whatever, and you know, so that's what they had to say. So yeah, she has since this episode has aired, she decided to go ahead and give Dennis a chance. So anyway, another chance. So we can debunk everything she said about as far as not knowing if she can get past this and all this and that, whatever, because evidently she's trying to get past it. Anyway, Kenya's sister Shay comes and visits her, and her and baby Brooklyn or whatever, and Shay asks her how things are going. Kenya says that, you know, the distance between her and Mark is really putting a strain on their relationship, and when they do see each other, he's more focused on baby Brooklyn. You know, and it's like, that's fine and well, he should be, but it's like he need to be also focused on his wife, you know. And she said that, you know, she said that it's to the point where even when they're in the bed together, he wants baby Brooklyn in between them. And I'm like, you know what, let me tell you something. I feel so bad for Kenya. She was, especially when she was like, you know, I want my daughter to have a loving home and everything, and I want my daughter to have the best, and I want her to have all the love she can from her father, but I want some too. That almost made me cry for Kenya, because we all know Kenya's story, especially, you know, when it comes to her mother, which her mother did not want her. Her mother basically kind of threw her away, like, fuck you, and still don't want to have anything to do with her. And that is sad, because it's like, you know, we can have deadbeat ass fathers out here. We can have, you know, fathers who don't give a fuck, and fathers who ain't seen you since you was 2 years old, or fathers who ain't never seen you. But when it comes to your mama, that's like one person on this earth that you always feel that no matter who the fuck don't love you, your mama loves you unconditionally. So for her to not have her mother's love, honey, that right there is fucking devastating. I don't even know, man. So I feel like Kenya's trying to, and the only thing Kenya can do, like she said on Wendy Williams, is try to be the better mother to her daughter. And I'm so glad and I'm happy that Kenya has baby Brooklyn, because Kenya needs that baby. Kenya needs that baby, you know, and it's just, you know, so I feel like she's trying to get this loving family situation going on, which is nothing wrong with that. Kenya wants what a lot of women want, just a husband who loves her, and a fucking, just in a you know, and a baby that she can raise in a 2-parent home with her husband. All Kenya wants is that unconditional love. We can't say she didn't get it from her father, because her father, she fucked with her father. Her father was in her life, you know what I'm saying? She has her father around, but her mom is like, and it's just so sad to see. So I feel like I think it's just hurtful how this Mark guy is treating her. Like, it's just so fucked up. Like, damn. So anyway, Nene and Greg. So Nene's back. This is the first time we've seen Nene since the season has premiered. Nene and Greg, they're getting ready to sit down with the American Cancer Society to do a infomercial and to share their experience with the world about, you know, Nene being his caretaker and him actually being the person who had cancer. And Nene says that she was judged a lot during that time, and they both agreed that that was one of the hardest times in their marriage, is when he was battling cancer. So Greg told her, don't even worry about what people had to say or whatever, what they got to say. Just, you know what I'm saying? Greg is down for Nene. Nene down for Greg. So, you know, and it's good to see he came through that. I was really hoping that Greg would beat cancer, and he did. And I'm so glad he did. Nene says that she sent Cynthia a text or whatever. And, you know, basically, because they're going to see each other at Pride Week up in New York. And Nene says she sent her a text or whatever. And, you know, Greg told her, like, you know, just own up to your involvement in the situation. That's all you need to do. So, moving right along. So, Nene says that she fears that their friendship will never be in the same. Their friendship will never be the same. My thing, Nene, is this: you can't even worry about that. It may not ever be the same, but oh well. You know what I'm saying? I know that feeling. I'm in a situation like that now with a friend of almost like 20 years. And I already know if we ever talk again, because we don't talk right now, but if we ever talk again, I know our friendship is not going to be the same. And I expect that. And I'm like, you got to be content with it. Like, fuck it. But I can't believe Nene and Cynthia going through all this because of, if I'm not mistaken, because of when Cynthia had that event, she invited Kenya. I can't believe they're really carrying on like this about that. Like, I don't know. It just seems a little petty and a little too extreme for something that's small. So, you know, and it's just, I don't know. And moving on, Todd and Candy, they have lunch, and, you know, they call their surrogate or whatever and call her and see how she's doing and things like that. Todd basically telling Candy what she should and shouldn't do. She's like, you always telling me what I should and shouldn't do as the mother. What about you as the father? What you doing as far as the surrogacy is concerned? I think Todd and Candy seem like they're doing pretty good in their marriage or whatever. I'm glad to see they're just growing, they're prospering, their business, you know, they got their businesses going on. They're adding addition to their family. I say Candy and Todd is winning right now. I really do. And I know people doubted them at first, but they are really doing it right now. I'm really proud to see that. And I thought it was so cute that, you know, hold on, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm jumping ahead. Todd and Candy discussed him going to the strip club with his daughter, because y'all know they were saying that Todd took his daughter to the strip club. I didn't see nothing wrong with that. That's just me. I feel like because she's of age, you know what I'm saying? Now, I don't think it should be a habit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really see nothing wrong with him taking her to the strip club. And that's just me. And because nowadays, like he said, she can see all this shit online. Like, these teenagers these young adults and these teenagers and these kids, they're exposed to so much, to where it's like, shit, I don't know. It's kind of almost like you know what I'm saying? You can't hide them from anything. So I don't see it as a big deal. I really don't. And since then, the baby has been born, and they named her Blaze. And I didn't know that little Acey Poo named the baby, honey. He's so cute. Little Ace, he is just so cute. Cynthia's getting ready for Pride, and she gets a call from Mike. you know, her man or whatever. He asked her about seeing Nene, and she said, you know, she's just like, you know, he asked her how she was feeling. She was just like, you know, I'm gonna speak to her and everything, but that's that, you know. Kenya and Mark, oh my gosh, let me talk about this shit. Okay. So we at Kenya's house. Mark's visiting, because that's what he just comes off like he's just a visitor right about now. So Kenya's in the kitchen, you know what I'm saying, this morning. She's in the kitchen. Mark comes in with baby Brooklyn, and it was just cringeworthy. The way, the dynamic, the way he just was talking to her. Like, she's trying to have an adult conversation with him. All he's doing is looking at baby Brooklyn, talking to baby Brooklyn. It's almost as if he wants to use baby Brooklyn as a distraction from Kenya. I think that Mark is totally irritated with this whole show, with being in the front of the cameras and all that type of stuff. He's very uncomfortable. But I still don't think it's right for him to treat her mean the way he has been. He's been treating her very mean. So I already peeped, just like on the last episode, she asked him, like, when we gonna see you again? He said, we'll see. Now I'm thinking he said we'll see because maybe he feels like where there's Kenya, there's the fucking cameras, and he's so over these cameras. But still, it's like, damn, you knew who she was when you got with her, point blank, period. And so, you know, he's talking to the baby, and I didn't like how he gonna say, so Kenya's trying to look for some eggs because he's hungry. She's trying to find some eggs. She didn't have no eggs. My thing was this, motherfucker, why you sitting up here criticizing her and trying to be all funny, talking about she got a college refrigerator dorm. Her refrigerator like a college dorm refrigerator. Motherfucker, that you should be handling that. Then you go get your ass up, you know, put baby Brooklyn down or put her on your hip or whatever and go to the grocery store, take your ass to the grocery store and buy some fucking groceries for this damn kitchen instead of criticizing her. Chris, I don't like that. I don't like people like that. Don't sit up there. You either going to be a part of the problem or the fucking solution. And it sounds to me like, Mark, you're being a part of the fucking problem. Because you're not really trying to help. You're not trying to really, Kenya's trying to bend over backwards for your punk ass. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's beautiful that you are so into your daughter like that. But it's like, nigga, get into your wife like that too. So anyway, so he's talking to baby Brooklyn. She asked him about bringing his restaurant Soko to Atlanta, and he's basically like ignoring her. It's like she was trying to force a conversation out of him. I don't like that. I feel like this is the reason why I'm going off like this is because don't nobody have a right to make me feel any kind of way. Don't no motherfucking body on this earth have a right to make me feel not loved, not wanted, not cared for, or you know what I'm saying, I posted this on my Instagram. I said there's two places I don't fucking go, where I'm tolerated and where I'm not wanted. Honey, no ma'am, no thank you, bye bye. I have options, honey. I don't have to deal with nobody's bullshit because I know ain't nobody gotta deal with mine. So that type of energy, no, baby. So anyway, and I'm not saying that Kenya should leave him, but honey, they better seek some serious counseling because, or this shit ain't gonna get no better. Nobody should have to deal with this. Like, he's treating her like shit. So anyway, he playfully, she's asking him about moving his restaurant there. He's just basically ignoring her, and he playfully makes fun of her pancakes and shit. Like, he just could not give her credit and say, damn babe, these was really good. I don't like that. Y'all don't see each other as it is because you're long distance or whatever, but then when you do come, you want baby Brooklyn in the middle of the damn bed with y'all, and you don't want to pay her no attention. Like, you basically paying her dust and like giving her the cold shoulder. You know what I'm saying? So what else? She asks about his birthday. She's trying to make plans for his birthday. He tells her, baby Brooklyn has to come too. I mean, like, what the fuck is that? And I don't know. He would annoy the shit out of me. That's just me. I don't know. They getting ready for Pride Week or whatever, for Pride Day. Pride Day is here. They're getting ready for it. Eva gets some type of alert to her phone. And it's showing her, she's watching an interview that Nene did where she's talking about, you know, she did an interview with the Morning Hustle, and she's talking about Cynthia's week or whatever, and, Cynthia's week. And she just, you know, just all this negative stuff about Cynthia, whatever, just like some little stupid ass high school girls or whatever. Anyway, so then they go to Pride. Nene sees Cynthia at Pride, Cynthia, Noel, and Eva. She sees them at Pride, And she says, I'm going to go over and speak. So they show Nene walking up to Cynthia, and then it goes off or whatever. My thing is, I don't like Eva. Eva's an instigator. She's a fucking bitch. Like I said, I wouldn't tell Kenya to leave Mark, but honey, my foot will be, I have one foot out that motherfucking door and one foot in, and I would suggest we go to counseling, and if he don't want to go to counseling, then we might have to go on and call it quits and throw in the towel, because nobody should be treated like that. And I'm gonna be honest, that's a form of abuse. That's a form of abuse. Like, that is, sitting up here, he knows she's craving for his attention. They're not even fucking. Like, y'all not even getting it cracking in the fucking bedroom. Y'all already long distance. That's not a good sign. Y'all should, if anything, y'all should be fucking. Like, girl, I don't know Kenya, honey. I don't know about Mark, honey. Now, Candy said she met him and she said he was nice and she liked him and everything, but baby, he act like he just ain't with it for with Kenya, honey. So anyway, all right, let me get out of here, y'all. And I got episode 4 coming up. All right, y'all. Don't forget to subscribe and comment. All right.